like to find the limit of the function 7x over tangent of 4x as the x value approaches 0. So as it is, you can't evaluate it because you will have a 0 in the denominator. Right, so what you want to do, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take the 7 out, so you will have 7 times the limit as x approaches 0 of x over tangent of 4x. So now notice that you can make a trick. You can make a trick by having by using the fact that and I will show you this fact later, but basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a 4 over 4 being multiplied to the fraction x over tangent of 4x, like that. Right, so now I'm going to take the bottom 4 out, so I'm going to have 7 4, the limit as x approaches 0, and I will have 4x on the top over tangent of 4x on the bottom. Okay, so now what we're going to do, 7 4 stays. So now I will have 4x, and I will transform the tangent into sine and cosine respectively, right? So I will have sine of 4x over cosine of 4x, right? And then I'm going to have 4x over sine of 4x, okay, multiplied by the cosine of 4x, right? Because I know that this bottom cosine 4x will go on the top here, right? So we can say that this one will go here in the numerator. So now guess what's going to happen? We can actually rewrite this as cosine of 4x over sine of 4x over x, 4x, right, like that, right? Because this is the equivalent of that. Now guess what's going to happen? We know that sine of 4x over 4x is equal to the limit as x approaches 0 of sine of 4x over 4x is equal to 1. You know that's the limit value. So since both of these limits exist, right, because this limit as x approaches 0 exists and this one exists as well, so you can think of these as two functions. So you can say f of x is equal to cosine of 4x, g of x is equal to sine of 4x over 4x. Both of these limits for both of the separate limits for these functions exist. Since they exist, we can think of a quotient, right? And the limit is not equal to 0 for the denominator, right? So we can proceed by splitting them up. We can say 7 over 4 times the limit as x approaches 0 of the top function divided by the limit as x approaches 0 of sine over 4x over sine of 4x over 4x, right? Basically what I did was the limit of the quotient is the quotient of the limits if both limits exist, and they both exist, right? And the bottom limit is not equal to 0, right? Which is great. It's equal to 1, right? So excellent. So that means that both of these, so we will have what? We will have the top will be cosine of 0, and the bottom will be 1, as we already indicated, right? So 7 4 times, what's cosine of 0? That's 1, and the bottom is 1. So as a result, this is your final limit, 7 over 4. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.